So in the last video, we finished the Claim Info tab. And now we're ready to start our sketch. And so what you're going to do is you're going to click on the little Estimate tab that's right there under the Claim Info tab on the left. And it's going to open up a menu. And then you're going to click on the Sketch tab right below it. It's very simple. And when you do that, you're going to get a screen. It defaults to a screen that looks like this. The proportions may be different depending on your computer, but it's basically going to be broken down into 4 different sections. You've got your tools up here. You can see right here it says Search. So you've got your search section right here. Right down here it says Items. So this is going to be where you're going to see your items, your estimate items. And then this is your sketch workplace right here. This is where you're going to sketch. Now the first thing you want to do before you begin a sketch is you want to maximize the size of the screen. You want to make your sketching area as big as possible, especially if you have a smaller computer. One thing you can do is we talked about this before, you can click right here on this little white arrow up at the top next to the name, and that's going to slide that menu over. And then we want to get rid of these 2 sections right here. We want to get rid of this search section, and we want to get rid of this items section down here. And the reason we want to do that is to make our drawing area bigger. So there's a couple of ways of doing that. The long way is you can come up here to the Options tab, and you can click right here where it says Full Screen. And that gets us a full screen. If you click on that full screen, it brings the 2 other screens right back. So you can toggle back and forth between full screen and not full screen just by clicking that button. And by the way, that's one of the questions they like to ask on the level 2 test is it possible to toggle back and forth on that full screen? And yes, it is. Now, you're going to notice one of the things about Xactimate, if you hover over just about anything, it's going to give you the shortcut. So notice our full screen right there. Our shortcut is Shift-Enter. If I hover over it, it shows me. So notice that my cursor is right here. If I hit Shift-Enter, it's probably not going to work because the cursor is right there. So if you just click anywhere on your screen right there, now if I hit Shift-Enter, it takes me to full screen. If I hit Shift-Enter again, it brings me back. But notice that my cursor is right up here. So for me to get full screen again, if I wanted to go back, I'd have to click on the screen here anywhere and then hit Shift-Enter, and then it will work. Okay, so that's the first shortcut that you can learn right there is that Shift-Enter. And once you use it a few times, you'll start getting into the habit of knowing how to go full screen and out of full screen. And so now let's go back to our Tools tab right here, just to get us back to the tools. And we've got some tools up here that we're going to go through in class. But you've also got a set of tools right down here. And these are the ones that we want to go over first, because this is sort of getting you around the screen here. Now, the first, let's go ahead and put a room down because it's easier to show you how these tools down here work. So let's quickly put a room down. You'll notice right up here is a button that says Room. Let's just go ahead and click on that button right there, that little tab. And what it does is it puts a room on your cursor. Drawing is kind of like shooting a gun. You load, you aim, you fire. So when we clicked on that room button, we loaded the room on the cursor. Now you can just kind of put it wherever you want. You aim it, and then you left click on your mouse, and that puts the room down. Now, the next shortcut, I want you to start getting used to using shortcuts, because unless you're a salaried employee, time is money. So typically for your adjusters, whether you're a public adjuster or an independent adjuster, you're working per claim. If you're a contractor, where you're working per job. So you want to get fast at this so you can draw without thinking about it. So I encourage you to use shortcuts. They're going to save you anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a week. So notice right back here, we've got a back button. And that back button, if I hover over it, you can see the shortcut is Control-Z. So you'll notice now if I hit Control-Z on my keyboard, it goes back 1 step. So go ahead and do that. Hit Control-Z. Now that Z is in zebra, not C is in Charlie. And you can look at it right there on the back button, and it's Control-Z. And by the way, that works on Word and Excel. A lot of the same shortcuts here are the same shortcuts as Word and Excel. Now you'll notice if I hover over the word room, the shortcut is R. How easy is that? you're going to find out that 90% of the time the shortcuts are the first letter. That's why it's so easy. That's why you really should learn how to use shortcuts, because there's no excuse not to. Some people just like clicking. I've noticed some people, they just love clicking up here. But get in the habit of using shortcuts. It's going to make you much faster. And when you get 60 claims dropped on you because a hurricane just went through, those few seconds mean a lot of money. So anyway, let's hit the R button on our keyboard, and that puts a room back on our cursor. And let's drop it there, which means just left click. And let's go ahead and put a door on that room. And notice the doorway is right there. And what's the shortcut? Lo and behold, D. So all you have to do is hit the D on your keyboard, and that, notice your cursor turns into a crosshair with a little D in it. Now, when you hover over a wall, you're going to see an intersection of some dimensions. That intersection of those two dimensions is where the middle of your door is going to be. So when you left click there, we just put a standard 2.6 by 6.8 door, and the middle of it is right where the middle of those crosshairs were. Now let's put a window right next to it. Notice when you come up here, what's the shortcut? Look at that, W. How easy is that? So now when you hit the W, notice you've got a crosshair with a W in it. That tells you that there's a window loaded on your cursor. So I'm going to come about halfway down the wall here, and I'm going to left click right there one time. And now I've got a window. I've got a door and a window. So if you need to pause this video, just go ahead and do that, but get caught up here. You want to hit the D key and just left click on a wall anywhere when you see the dimensions, and then hit the W key and left click on a wall when you see the dimensions again. And now we've got a room with a door and a window. How easy was that? Now, let's take a look at some of these buttons down here. Okay? The first button that we're going to look at is this view button right down here. When you click on that drop down arrow, whatever you see that is checked off here, that is what you're seeing on your screen here. So for example, if I don't want to see the labels, I can uncheck that. See, my label just disappeared here. So if I click back on it, my label reappears. Notice I don't have the north arrow. You probably do, depending on whether you got rid of it in the preferences or not. But if I want to see that north arrow back, I just click on View, and I click right here on Legend. I personally don't like that arrow, so I'm going to get rid of it. So again, whenever you click on whatever is checked off here is what's going to show up. Okay? Now the next button just to the right of it, that's the outline button. So if you click right there, you'll notice you see an outline of the room instead of the room. I don't like using this button. I just think it has more contrast without the outline view. But when you're drawing a second floor and you're trying to line up rooms over the first floor, then the outline button comes in handy. The next little button that we have right next to it, the hand, is called the pan tool. And notice that the shortcut is the space bar. So if you hit the space bar on your keyboard, notice that I can now left click and move that drawing wherever I want it. And when I let go of the left click, it releases the tool. So if I hit the space bar again, now I can move it some more. Space bar again, I can move it some more. Every time I hit the space bar, it reloads that tool. So go ahead and hit that space bar a few times just to kind of get used to that shortcut. You're going to find out that shortcut, it's all muscle memory. The more you do it, the easier it's going to be for you to remember it. It's going to get stuck in there, and then you're not going to forget. So the space bar is your shortcut for the pan tool. Okay? The next tool just to the left is the zoom out. So let's hit that a few times. And then to the right of it, right down here, is a zoom in. So let's hit that a few times. Now, you should never have to click on those buttons right there, because you'll notice that if you roll the wheel on your mouse, that is also zoom in and zoom out. Now, something a lot of people don't know is it's going to zoom in wherever your cursor is. So if I put my cursor way up here on the left, it's going to zoom it right out of the screen. So get in the habit of putting your cursor in the middle of where you want to zoom in, and it zooms in right there on your cursor. Now, if you do happen to zoom your room right out of the screen, and you're hitting the space bar over and over again, and you can't find it, The way you find it is the next button. The next button right there is called Zoom to Extents, and the shortcut is Shift minus. So when you click on that, what it does is it maximizes your drawing on the screen. It makes everything you've drawn as big as possible on your screen. And then the button next to that is called Zoom to Selection. And notice if I click on that Zoom to Selection, and by the way, the shortcut you can see there is Shift plus. Notice when I hit Zoom to Selection, nothing happens. And the reason is because the room is selected. So since the room is selected, it's maximizing it. But here's when it's a difference. Let's click on the door right here, and that selects your door. And how do I know it's selected? Because the dimension is blue right here. Now when I click on my Zoom to Selection, it zooms in on the door. Zoom to Extents, maximizes the drawing. If I click on the window, Zoom to Selection, zooms in on the window. Now these are two great navigating tools. Let's say that you've got a big mansion that you're drawing. Let's say it's got 50 rooms, and you want to zoom in on the kitchen so you can draw your cabinets. You can use your click on the kitchen, hit your Zoom to Selection, and it zooms in on the kitchen. Now you want to see the whole house, click on the Zoom to Extents, and you see the whole house. Then you can click on the next room that you want to work on, hit Zoom to Selection, and it zooms in on that. So those, like I said, those are two great navigating tools. Now the next button, I'm going to put my cursor, let's do this, put your cursor right in the middle of the room and roll the wheel a little bit just to kind of zoom out. And the next button is my favorite button in this whole program. And that's the 3D button. And it is way down here right in the corner. And what's my shortcut? Look at that, the number 3. How simple is that? So hit 3 on your keyboard and that's going to take you into 3D. Now you'll notice the little house there with the little circles around it. If I left click and go straight up and hold down the left click button, go straight up, you can see how it moves my 3D. If I go left to right, it takes me all the way around the house. Try not to get in the habit of doing this because when you got a big complicated drawing, you'll lose where you are. So as long as you hold down that left click button, you can manipulate that 3D drawing. Once you let go of the left button on the mouse, it releases it, but it maintains that 3D view. So all you have to do is left click again and you can keep going. So just keep left clicking and it releases and then it goes. And then you'll also notice that if you zoom in enough, go in straight like this, if you zoom in enough, now you're inside the room. I love that 3D button because I love going into it to see what I created. Then when I zoom back out, there I can see it. Now, logically speaking, if the number 3 puts me into 3D, what shortcut would put me back into plan view, which is one-dimensional? That's pretty simple. If the number 3 gets you into 3 dimension, the number 1 would get you back to 1 dimension, right? So we'll hit the 1 button on your keyboard, and that takes us back to plan view. Now there is a number between 1 and 3, correct? The number 2. What does the number 2 do? The number 2 takes us into elevation view. Elevation means as if you're looking at it standing in front of it. So if I hit the 2 button, now notice I've got a crosshair with an E on it. If I get near a wall somewhere, I get a red arrow. If I left click when I see that red arrow, now I see the elevation, which means I'm standing there looking at it from in front. Notice my window's on the left, my door's on the right. So now I'm going to hit the 1 button to get me back to plan view. So let's do that. Now let's hit the 2 button again, and this time put the arrow inside and left click. And now what do you see? You see the same thing, but you're standing on the inside, so the door's on the left instead of on the right, and the window's on the right instead of the left. So let's go ahead and practice that. Just go from 1, 2, and 3. Now keep in mind, you can't go, let's see, if I go into 3, I can't go into 2. I've got to go into 1 first, and then hit the 2. From 2, I can go either to 1 or to 3. So it just depends on where you are. If something doesn't work, you can always just go back to plan view and then hit either the elevation or the 3D button. So again, practice that to get that into your muscle memory. So those are our tools down here at the bottom. And you'll notice if you hover over any of them, notice right here, there's a little button for the elevation. When you're in 3D, it activates the plan view button. So you can see right there, there's the number 1. When I go back to plan view, now it shows me number 2 and number 3. So depending on what view you're in, it will show you the rest. So, and also when you're in 3D, you'll notice it adds another button right here that says all levels. What that's for is if you, let's say that you've got 2 floors drawn and you want to see them both in 3D, typically it'll show you 1 floor at a time, but if you hit that all levels, it'll show you all the floors all at the same time. So I'm going to hit the number 1. And I'm going to go back to plan view. And we're going to conclude this video right here. Like I said, we don't want to make these videos too long. So that shows you a little bit about the Sketch tab. It shows you the tools down here at the bottom right. The next video is going to be how to create and dimension a room. So we've created a room. So that's, you've seen that, but we're going to see how to dimension that room. So we will see you at the next video.